Hi everyone, this is Kelly Beard of karmictools.wordpress.com, and this is the weekly forecast for November 25th through December 1st, 2018. And I apologize that it's late getting posted. I was traveling here in America. We're coming through our Thanksgiving holiday, and though it is the first year in my entire life I did not cook, I did have to travel. So I was hoping to get it done before I left, but that didn't happen. So I just want to extend my deepest gratitude during this season of light and gratitude and giving because without you, my community, to read or listen to what I share, I'd just be creating in a vacuum, which is no fun at all. It's because of you that my words or concepts have life. I believe that we are having an energetic exchange when we connect, and I always want it to be stimulating, enlightening, uplifting, and reassuring in this crazy transitional time in Earth's story. That we are all living together as we cross the bridge into the Aquarian Age. For real this time. We need each other's perspectives and support as we navigate truly new territory on grander scales than our little human mind can actually process in its entirety. I mean, this is the transition of an age. That's pretty big. And thousands of years to our little 100 on the planet. We have to break that into pieces to figure it all out. And I love sharing the day-to-day energies that we have to navigate. And I really love supporting you as an individual. I think if we get our individual selves together, then the globe will be okay. My life's work is dedicated to individual wholeness so that we are more effective teammates in the social and collective realms. I feel privileged to witness your individual evolutions, and many of you have traveled with me since 1999, which makes 2019 our 20-year anniversary. OMG, oh my God. And ironically, this also brings another evolution for me too. In 1999, I started Cosmic Switchboard. Then, in 2007, I created Karmic Tools, and now I am knee-deep in developing Kelly M. Beard herself and her service to the world. It would seem that I went from connecting with cohorts to creating tools for us to play with to finding my soul self, my true purpose, and finally, a sense of wholeness within that makes me a better instrument for good in the world. I am so grateful to have all of you in my corner, and many of you have held my hand too through the intensity of individual transformation that we all have to do, and I really love and appreciate you for that. Thank you for being part of my ever-expanding circle of dedicated students of life, light workers and way showers on the path, and master teachers sharing their wisdom along the way. Not to mention our invisible support team. They are very important too. I believe that any time you lock eyes with someone, whether you speak or not, you have known them in other lifetimes. That is tricky on the World Wide Web. But I have to say that if you're receiving this or hearing this, then I feel that we are truly connected in a sacred and meaningful way. I love the way the universe always provides us with people for the perfect season and all the right reasons. Onward and upward, I look forward to all that we will create and explore together going forward. I'm hopping off this computer more often and hoping to connect with you all in person around the globe. That's the other thing. I have a seriously international crew here, so even if you're in another country, I encourage you to reach out to discuss possibilities. I want to connect in the new year. Many blessings and lots of love. And on to the forecast. So we started this on Monday the 26th with Sun initiating with Jupiter. Now, you may have heard me say along the way, Venus and Jupiter are our benefactors. So anytime we're initiating with them, it's very powerful for blessings and miracles and magic. So again, no matter how challenging the world may look at this time, we do have access to some serious miracles if you can open up to it. So once a year, these two link up and expand your life and your consciousness. It's time to infuse your personal story with a new level of individual truth. You have learned and experienced a lot in 1 year, and now you are supported to integrate and apply all that you've discovered. This energy expands your sense of self and inspires you to new heights within. It indicates that it's time to go to the next level and gives you a little optimism and faith that you need to try new things and or learn something new. The highest expression of this energy is a fiery passion to be the best. The lowest expression is arrogance and self-righteousness. This is a powerful pair of energies joining forces, so watch for opportunities to grow and expand your consciousness as well as your circumstances through your own efforts and expertise. Also on Monday, Mercury retrograde squares off with Mars. What's interesting about this one that isn't actually written in my description is that normally when a planet retrogrades and hits a planet, it does it 3 times over. So I had to go look, and it has hit Mars 3 times. Once in October 19th, Mercury squared Mars in Scorpio to Aquarius, which is fixed. Now the one we're dealing with on November 26th is with Mercury retrograde in Sag, squaring off with Mars in Pisces. And it will happen again on January 8th, 2019, when Mercury is in Capricorn squaring off with Mars in Aries. So I just wanted to note here, it's not really retrograde related like the normal things are, but what's lovely is that we get 3 chances in the 3 different modalities of fixed, mutable, and cardinal. And so our first rewiring happened to unlock the fixed thinking around our actions and choices and what we need to do in life. And our final one is going to be actually getting ready to make those choices, because Cardinal's all about the action. But right now, this one on November 26th, this week, is all about just the processing. Remember, Mercury is retrograde, and it's going through Sag, going to dip into Scorpio, so it's totally helping us process and bring together the whole thing that Venus took us through. Okay, and remember, this year specifically, 2018, we had Mars retrograde first, rewiring our desire nature and our masculine. Then we have Venus, which rewires our feminine and how we receive. One is about how we be and do in the world, and one is about how we receive and feel inside. And we got a total upgrade this year. This final Mercury retrograde of the year is helping us make sense of all that. So even though this can be a challenging one, it's going to allow you to make some connections because of the signs that are involved. So this activation can be a tough one for some if your beliefs are out of alignment with your actions, if you are not self-aware or act out unconsciously, being selfish or childish, then watch out, because squares test you to grow and change in some way. Often this also means that you are suppressing your nature in some way, which is never really a good idea. When you suppress your soul, it can make your human more sensitive or defensive, taking things personally as a threat or challenge. If you catch yourself feeling irritable for no apparent reason, try to step back and gain some perspective before responding to your own thoughts or another's words. Mercury and Mars getting together in this challenging way can provoke debates and in some people actual fights, so be careful. The deeper aspect of this activation is that some part of you wants to express, perhaps in a new way, and your monkey mind has got you all off track. Mars demands that you know who you are and what you want, and is the sacred masculine part of you, which is supposed to hold good boundaries, protect you, and negotiate on your behalf in the world. If you know something that you are not acting on, this can be frustrating. If you are acting in ways that are not allowing you to think things through, this too can cause accidents, problems, and delays. It is best to pull in until you are clear. And also keep in mind, you may not be out of alignment in the above ways yourself, but those around you may be, and will likely have no context for what they are feeling, and therefore become indiscriminate with their choices and actions. So, power of protection. On Tuesday, the 27th, Mercury retrograde links up with the Sun, so this is part of the whole Mercury cycle that's very powerful to co-create with. This energy will compel you to express yourself on many levels. Again, it may be internally reviewing because Mercury is backwards right now. Communication may be a focus. Just make sure it is reciprocated, which means two-way communication. Again, this is not written in the forecast, but you might have to do this manually on your own and recognize that it's communication within or with your higher self more so than others. You will have access to some powerful energy that can and probably will make quite an impression on others if you need to. This is a good time to travel if possible too. However, if not physically, then mentally and certainly within your own area if possible, because you will take in more information per square inch than usual, so pay attention. You may even gain the much-deserved recognition from others that you have worked so hard for. So again, with retrograde Mercury, it's not exactly that. However, you may recognize something. Or if things have been going in a certain other direction and now are reversed, that usually can be easily attributed to a retrograde planet. So also on Tuesday the 27th, Mars is sextiling Saturn. This is a really good one because this is our action and decisions gaining some traction in our reality and making some progress, which I can also say, since we're in the last week of November, December will start to feel like that, and we're going to start to feel lighter and lighter and brighter and brighter. And then January, February, all planets are direct, so anything that you do want to initiate is a really good time to try to do it then before things start mixing it up again. So with Mars connecting with Saturn in this positive way, this energy gives you a tremendous power boost to your drive to create stability as you define it. You will be more willing to do the work, starting with a plan that is carefully thought out and then methodically carried out. So plan and do, not just one or the other, but both, which can eventually produce solid results. The rewards for your hard work or the return on your investment will reflect what energy you have to put into stabilizing your life. This energy should not be restrained, but consciously directed. Excessive restriction may cause an explosion down the line, whereas a solid base contains the fire, so it becomes useful, productive, and often beautiful as well. So allow Saturn to kind of guide your Mars right now. That is your inner authority to choose what is right and proper for you, what is going to strengthen and fortify you and make you better. So also on the 27th, Mercury retrograde conjuncting Jupiter. So that means Mercury, Sun, and Jupiter all together in Sag, first time in 12 years, y'all. This is huge. And what it has a lot to do with is all of us rewriting our personal stories. Mercury and the Moon and the Sun, all of this month, the Gemini Sag lunation, all of this makes it personal, is what I'm saying. Jupiter is the once in 12 years, and it's a social planet, and it's affecting a lot of us. But this wiring and this upgrade that we're getting this week and next, and throughout December really, is the initiation of a 1-year process of Jupiter navigating through Sag, allowing us to expand our consciousness in some way, to learn a much bigger or deeper piece of our own story that we can finally put into play. And it's just going to be so delicious. You want to think back to 2007. 2007 was the last time Jupiter was in Sagittarius. So, on the 27th, Mercury linking up with Jupiter. The benefactor, the other thing about linking with the Sun is it always expands your magnetics. So you want to think about that too when you're being flooded with light. Those are the times when your aura is all lit up to do what you want to do that requires light. So for this one, it is time to expand your thinking and develop your conscious awareness. This is a powerful energy assisting you on many levels. You will make connections easily and quickly that help you integrate newly acquired information or knowledge, making you appear psychic, or at least lucky, to others. At this time, you can connect with your highest ideal and most broad outlook for your life, expand your visions, and you may feel that you are finally ready to live your truth. You are so connected to your own ideal that you naturally give others permission to live their truth as well, creating an atmosphere of tolerance that feeds all involved. The challenge with this energy is going too broad and missing details that are vital to your success. You may also miss out on crucial information if you are too overconfident and or self-righteous in any way. Remain humble, knowing that your way works for you, but it may not work for others, and vice versa. And it's all okay. If you remain centered in the light and in your own heart, this energy gives you a little boost to whatever you are creating at this time. That's very powerful. Then on the 29th, which is actually tomorrow, I have my Venus Circle call. So those of you who want to drop in or join us there are links on the blog and in the most recent mailing that just went out. If you're not on the e-list, there's a way to do that from my blog as well. So that will be 8 o'clock Eastern Thursday night, and we are doing the inner initiation, which is what we call death by intent. And all that means is that we are consciously choosing to release aspects of our being so that we can embody something greater. going forward. So our final activation for the week is on November 30th, which is Friday. That's Venus opposed Uranus. Now this one is tied to the retrograde and did happen 3 times over, and this is the final one. So I would review the audios or the blog from September 12th, October 31st, and then this one is November 30th, because she has done this 3 times over, and I know that I've mentioned it along the way. This is liberating us, you guys. This is what we call a liberating ordeal. Yes, it's hard and challenging to know that certain relationships or certain jobs or certain homes that we've had for many, many, many years are over. They're just done. It's not a bad thing, but it is going to liberate you in some way that you may not be able to fully see at this juncture, but that's what the Mercury retrograde is helping us do, is to kind of make sense of it all. Where did you need to break free? Where did you need to do something radically different within your relationships or finances specifically, is what we're talking about here. Love and money, that's Venus's domain. So anytime Uranus is involved, it becomes a wild card. So again, this is very unique to each individual and customized within your own chart as to what you need to liberate, what you need to really break free of and go forward anew. And this is a midpoint in their cycle, so they initiated that cracking. Now we're kind of halfway through it, where she lingered and was like, are you sure you want to do this? I don't know. It's unique for every person, and it's a wild card, so it's hard to predict how things will unfold. But right now there is a push-pull between your apparent values and your unique individual self, which is, again, how we accommodate others, and how right now our individual selves has evolved so dramatically just in the last year that we may have to kind of reintroduce ourselves to people in a way. And again, not a bad thing, just something to be aware of. So Venus also represents relationships, and you may begin an unusual relationship, or you may have something unusual happen in an established relationship when Uranus is involved. It is not necessarily a good or bad thing as much as an unpredictable shift or a sudden awareness, which requires some compromise and some integration. This energy works beautifully if your personal truth and values are in alignment. It will be very disruptive if they are not. So be open and flexible while looking for the win-win situation for all involved. So again, I just want to say thank you so much for being part of my community, for supporting me over the years, allowing me to support you over the years. This is a really powerful circle that is about 2,300 strong, and it is all over the world. So I have done the virtual thing initially because I wanted to parent and be present for my child, but he is off on his path now, so I am ready, willing, and able to serve in completely new ways that have not been ever available to me, actually, because I wasn't doing this work when I became a parent. So I am deeply grateful, and I'm going in for the month of December to come out with a completely new addition to Karmic Tools. That is the thing. I want to remind you here as well that Karmic Tools will be the home where we honor above and the sky and the celestial realms. And KellyMBeard.com will be where we do things in person, and we honor our individual bodies and minds and spirits in real time, in real life, and together in person, I hope. So thank you again, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'll be in touch soon. Many blessings. Thanks for listening. This is Kelly M. Beard of KarmicTools.wordpress.com, and I'm so grateful for your time, energy, and support. Please share this with those you think would resonate, and reach out if and when you need to. Kelly@KarmicTools.com, or you can reach me through my contact page on the website. The goal of my weekly forecast is to alert you to the energies and activations that we're all experiencing and the possibilities for conscious co-creation as an individual. Awareness of the energies is the first key, but I invite you to take it to the next level by checking out my readings, telecircles, or subscriptions, which are all geared toward individual support that helps you understand your own unique blueprint. My specialty is cycles and patterns, and I love helping people figure out their own within the context of the social and collective rhythm. To some, working with their own cycles and patterns is a completely new and foreign concept, but there are many planetary cycles that coincide with natural life cycles that allow us to co-create in mystical as well as practical ways. I create custom tools that I have tried and tested myself for over 30 years, and I do the work alongside my circle every time. So I hope you will reach out if you feel called to dive deeper into your own soul's natural rhythm. Talk to you soon. Namaste.